2018 was our first year. We started out making watches that we liked, that delighted us, that were accessibly priced and classically styled. We're supposed to be worn as your daily watch, and that's kind of been our guiding light.
Every watch you make it with that in mind. There's this physical object that represents who you are, and then you could pass it down to someone else. All these memories of you get transmitted to them by this physical thing. There's like kind of a magic in that. With that said, it was really difficult to live up to that ideal, with it just being the two of us. Our capacity was limited.
We realized, like, we can't handle this ourselves. It's just too much.
We're here today because we've decided to partner with Warner and Laurier.
My name is Lauren Ortega.
My name is Lorenzo Ortega. The last couple of years were rough. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was not a happy time. And so we really needed that break.
For a while, we were doing really good at handling it all ourselves, and there was a lot of satisfaction in that, because this was our creation. But then it started to grow. We weren't meeting our mission. They were no longer accessible.
You know, I don't know if we would eventually come back to it. You know, we would like just quit entirely.
It was kind of sad. It was a sad time. People were really angry at us for being sold out. Laurier's selling out again, ugh. You know, like, it's flattering and it's very nice. You know, these are champagne problems, but it eats at you, and people are becoming really disappointed that they can't buy it. It was really affecting us personally, you know, our relationship, our mental health. It was nonstop. We were definitely taking a sabbatical for a year or two. And I don't know what we're gonna do after that. But we just couldn't go on anymore.
So Warner Wound started in 2011 as a blog about watches and a sort of a corner of the watch world that a lot of other websites weren't really covering. The more sort of accessibly priced side of the world. And over the years, you know, our editorial focus has expanded, and we've also expanded the business quite a bit to include our shop, the Wind Up Watch Shop, and the Wind Up Watch Fair, which has kind of become a whole beast of its own. And it's one of the largest, if not the largest, watch events in the world. So we've been aware of them and sort of working with them since the beginning of Laurier. They were coming to wind-ups. You know, again, we were covering their watches editorially. They were one of the, you know, still to this day, one of our most successful limited editions. It's fair to say that it kind of took off in a way that they even didn't expect, which is a big piece of, you know, how Warner and Laurier comes in. So I had a conversation with Warner and Lorenzo at Wind Up New York 2025. They were sort of at a crossroads where they felt like they either were going to find the right person to continue the brand with, or they were going to wind it down. You know, just through that conversation without any expectation, the notion of Warner Wound acquiring Laurier came up.
It was at Wind Up in October 2025, and we had done one last collaboration with Grand Central Watch, the Roosevelt. Beautiful watch. So we showed up just to be at Grand Central Watch's booth, help them out to display the watch. We did not have our own table because there was nothing to sell at that point. I saw Blake for the first time in maybe a year. He's like, oh my gosh, like, I can't imagine Laurier not being around. Can I brainstorm ways to like help?
We're having this conversation with Warner and Laurier to begin with because we've worked with them for a while. And so we can have this open conversation and be like, yeah, you know, you might not be existing anymore. And,
we can be completely honest with them. So I was talking to Blake and he's like, well, what if we buy you? And I was like, yes, as long as, you know, we have full creative control. And he's like, of course. That's what makes Laurier the brand it is.
You know, we were always friends. We would always talk at the fairs, and I was a customer, first and foremost. I don't know if they want me to call it a mom and pop shop, but that's what it was. That's all it was. You know, it's just two people. And there was no additional help outside of that. They're like a lot of the brands that everybody loves at the Wind Up Watch Fair, and that's part of our community is that they're in the room talking to people from the second we open till the second we close. It's not just about the watches, it's about the people behind them, and people like Lauren and Lorenzo. They want to talk to them. They want to engage with them on why. They want to give them feedback. Everything that we're going to be doing going forward is a collaborative effort. I think a lot of people think it just, it kind of pops out of a factory, but the amount of work that goes into making that watch, getting it into a box, shipping it, making sure that it works properly. With more people and more hands involved, we can speed up that process a lot.
It's such a perfect partnership because everything we needed and would have had to build out ourselves, they already have that infrastructure. They have the space, they have the fulfillment process, the customer service, they have everything.
We get to keep doing all the things we love doing, like designing watches.
We're going to the watch fairs, we're doing all the fun stuff and all the stuff that is unique to us. But we're getting a lot of help and support in every other task.
Yeah, so Lorenzo has always, been the creative force at the brand, and he will continue to be the creative force at the brand. So they will create the designs, they'll pitch the designs, and we're really just there to support that. Laurier isn't a part of Worn and Wound in the sense that it's like the shop is and the fair are. It's going to be its own company that in some respects literally sits sometimes within the office, but it's being run independently. Editorial independence at Warner and Wound is pretty literal. We never tell people what to write or what to say about a brand. All of our editors' opinions have our own, and that includes me too, even if I'm wearing multiple hats. I mean, Zach Kazan, our editorial director, he has license to write about the brands he wants to, write about the launches he wants to, and even if that's a brand that we sell in the store, if it's a brand that we have a partnership agreement with, if it's a no, then it's a no. Or if the review is negative, the review is negative. When we say that there is a wall between editorial and everything else, we mean it. And just nothing's going to change that.
We don't think it's about the watches, it's really about what people do with them. And so that doesn't exist if people don't wear them. And people wearing them is the community.
What might change in 5 years? I just see we continue to do what we've done, but hopefully the community will be bigger, right?
Thanks for allowing us to explore and do more things with Warner and Wound, because this is like one extra chair leg that we can stand on now, as we can work with a brand now directly. I appreciate everybody, and especially Laurier, for believing in us.
I think the number one thing for us is we just want the Laurier community to understand, why we're doing this, and that we're doing it in the most responsible way possible that they're going to be really excited about. If folks take nothing else from this piece other than the fact that they can kind of feel great about what's coming from Laurier in the future, that's enough for me.
They have a certain level of, kind of class and like approachable luxury that just comes inherently from the way Lauren and Lorenzo do things. It's not forced, it's not an emulation, it's really from who they are. Maybe it's a little bit of like an egotistical thing too, but there's also a New Yorkness to it, and as a born and raised New Yorker, and that we can keep this in New York and kind of build it up as this New York luxury, affordable micro brand. I think, I don't know, it's just a very exciting opportunity. Looking forward to seeing where it goes.
So this is a really happy time for us, and we want to thank everyone who has helped us get to this point and supported us and loved our watches and been patient with us through all this growing pain.
We're so thankful and so grateful to be able to be here today and to get to do this. And we wouldn't be here for our wonderful community. I mean, really, you guys are just the best. And I hope we can all do more together and have more fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be awesome.